Hello soulmates, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be teaching us how to cut and draft this beautiful halter neck back waistline. So if this is something you like, please stay tuned to the end of the video as I show you the step-by-step process on how to go about cutting it. So let's get right into it. So I've gone ahead to mark the horizontal lines, just as you can see, on the shoulder line, the chest line, the bust point, the underbust, the waistline, and also mark the hip level. So I'm marking the hip level just for a guide. Do you understand? So next up, I'm going to be placing the shoulder measurement on the shoulder line. That's half of your shoulder measurement on the shoulder line and on the chest line. So you're going to go ahead and roll a straight line across, just as you can see. So the neck width for now is 3 inches, 1 inch for shoulder slope. You go ahead and connect the points together, just as you can see. So here you get the midpoint coming by half of an inch, then you connect all the points together to have your armhole. You get your armhole curve, just as you can see. Next up, you are going to be placing half of your nipple to nipple measurement on the shoulder, on the bust point line all through to the hip line. So you rule a straight line across, just as you can see. So for the contouring on the under bust, I mark 0.75 on both sides. So I'm just going to mark it all the way down, so the hip line this way, just as you can see. Then you go ahead and connect it to the bust point this way using the curvy part of your ruler, just as you can see. You connect it this way, just as you can see. So next up, we are going to get the midpoint of the shoulder. Then you connect it to the bust point. You get the midpoint, connect it to the bust point this way, just as you can see. So next up, I'm going to be placing quarter of the bust measurement on the chest line, quarter of the waist measurement plus the dart intake. You place it on the waistline. You do that for the under bust as well. So quarter of the hip measurement plus the dart intake you took. So you just go ahead and connect all the points together, just as you can see. So next up, the difference between the front and back waistline is 1 inch. So you go ahead and connect it to the bust point this way, just as you can see. So below the under bust by this side, I came down by half of an inch, just as you can see. Then at the center front above it, I marked 0.75. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect the points. This is to give that effect around the under bust area. So that is what I am trying to do here, to give it that effect. So this is what we have, just as you can see. So next up, I'm going to get the neckline. So the neckline is very deep. I think it's up to the bust point area, but in this case I just marked 9 inches. So yours can be more, can reach the bust, can reach the under bust points, because that is where it was getting to. So now I just want to do a little bit of should I say contouring, just to have a little bit of fit. So I just mark 0.75 0.5 on both sides. Just as I just mark 0.5 on both sides. You might not necessarily do this, and just go ahead and shape. So now I'm just going to determine the width of the strap. So in this case, I'm using about 1.5 inches. So the reason why I'm closing this dart up is so that I can get the shape by this side. So I marked 1.5 inches. So next up, I'm just going to use my ruler to connect it this way to that 1.5 inches around the shoulder. So be careful not to scoop too much. Do you understand? Not to scoop too much. So the ones I usually do were always princess darts, but this one is different. So below the waistline, I came down by 4 inches. You can come down by 3 inches. So 4 inches is just to give it that effect. Then I marked down 1.5 inches. So this is to give it this back effect. So I'm closing up the dart to connect it to that 1.5 inches. So you first mark 4 inches, then you go ahead and mark 1.5 inches or 2 inches depending on what you want. Do you understand? So we're not done drafting to the front. So now let's move to the back. So I've gone ahead to mark the shoulder line, the chest line, the waistline, and the hip line. Remember that the front waistline and back waistline, they are different. And to get the hip line for the back, you measure what you have for the hip line for the front, from the waistline to the hip line for the front. Then you mark it for the back. You mark it for the back. Do you understand? So now, because it's going to have a zipper, at the center back, I came in around the waistline by 0.75. So I'm going to connect it to the hip line, then all through to the shoulder this way. So now I'm going to go ahead and mark on the shoulder, half of your shoulder measurement on the shoulder line and on the chest line. You just roll a straight line across. I don't need an armor, so I'll be doing that. So the neck width is 3 inches and the depth is 1 inches. So you're going to be using this measurement for the front pattern. So I'm just going to be stopping at that point. So next up, if you want to add darts to the back, you can add that. So next up, I'm just going to be placing a quarter of the bust measurement, the waist measurement, and the hip measurement. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll a straight line across. So if you are using a princess, that if you are using a stretchy fabric, you might not necessarily add that to it. Do you understand? Like at the back. So at the chest line, I came down by 0.5 inches. So I'm connecting it to the side by the chest line, just as you can see, just to give it that curvy effect at the back. So remember, for the front, I came down by 4 inches. So I'm also going to come down at the back by 4 inches as well. So I'm just rolling a straight line. So this straight line is a guide. So at the center back, I came down by 1.5 inches, just like the way I came down by 1.5 inches at the front. So I'm just going to connect the point this way, just as you can see. For the outer neck extension, I need the measurement of the back neckline. So you take your tape rule this way, then you measure what you have. So there I have about 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to be extending this line a little bit. So I'm going to mark 3.5 inches on that line, as you can see. So remember, I use 1.5 inches there, so I'm just going to reduce it to 1.25 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect it this way. So this is for the halter neck, just as you can see. So this is what we are going to have. So I'm going to go ahead to cut, but before cutting, let us talk about how to get the length. So for you to get the length of the second part, so let's assume that the front part, to get the length for the front part, you just say your shoulder measurement up to that part that you mark below the waistline by 4 inches. So whatever you have, you take note of it. So let's assume that your full length is 60 and the measurement you have is about 20 inches. So what you have left is going to be 40 inches. So 40 inches is going to be the length, but you make sure you had your sewing allowance and your hemming allowance. So the width, like the fullness of it, depends on what you want. But in this thing, I think they use this material that is pleated. I've forgotten the name of the material. I think that's what they used. I've forgotten the name of the material. So that's what they used. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut. So if you've not liked this video at this point, please kindly do so, and don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue cutting it. So just carefully cut. You don't need to rush the process. So now I'm just going to open up the bust dart, then close it up back this way, then reshape the lines by the side. If it's not equal, then I'm just going to cut off the excess. So now I'm done cutting the front, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut the back as well. So you can see, let's cut the back. So now this is what we have. So I'm just going to be joining the center front piece and the side front piece together. I'm just going to make it single. So just going to be one piece, just like the way the back is one piece. So now this is what we have, just as you can see. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. Please see you in my next video, and don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, comment, like, and share. Thank you so much.